Hey, it's Juck. At number one, the most beautiful uniform in all of sport. If they brought back the gray stripes, this thing is so far out in front of everybody, you can't touch it. We are not bemoaning the noon kickoff. We are now owning it. It's a badge of honor. We're the lunatic fringe that defines our coach's legacy when it comes to this game. They don't get to define that outside the field. We're cut from a different cloth for Ohioans. Do I want Michigan to beat Oklahoma? No way in hell. I don't know what world I'm living in. This is insane to me. And if you saw my outburst, I apologize. It's showtime now. It is showtime now. Welcome into Juck on Bucks for the watch party for the Buckeyes as they host the Minnesota Golden Gophers in the best day of college football, the best time slot of the year for sure, no doubt. Texas loses to Florida, and I know some people worried that doesn't make Ohio State's win against them look as good. Like these resume things, they don't matter as much anymore unless you lose 3 games, and then you got to worry about it. But Arch Manning not ready to have the offense put in his hands. They only ran the ball with a running back 11 times against Florida. Arch had 29 pass attempts, 15 rush attempts. Steve Sarkisian should absolutely be pounded for this. Totally pounded. He won't be. He'll get a pass. Ryan Day would be pounded, that's for sure. But an absolute disaster for Texas. They got to play Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Vanderbilt, Georgia. No chance, man. They're out of here. And boy, Penn State makes a trip to the Shoe November 1st. They're going to have to now beat Ohio State and Indiana to make the playoffs. I'd say they got no shot after they just lost to a winless UCLA the week after losing to Oregon, the week after James Franklin went into the press conference after losing that game and told everybody that he's accomplished a whole lot in his 12 years. I wonder what he's going to say today. I wonder if he's going to have Jim Knowles go talk to the team about what he dealt with last year after losing a couple games with Ohio State. Going to be fun to watch that one. I'll certainly clip that up and show you a few. Washington was down 20-0 and came back to win 24-20 against Maryland. So that was a pretty big one. Alabama ends up beating Vandy. That one was pretty close for a while. Virginia beats Louisville. They move to 5-1, which makes that Florida State loss not look quite as bad as Florida State takes on number 3 Miami as we talk. And of course, we will keep up with that one. Cincinnati beats Iowa State 4-1 on the season. Michigan 24-10 against Wisconsin, and Michigan's biggest game of the season next week against USC until the game. If they win that one, they might roll into the game having just one loss and kind of a lock for the playoffs. But if they lose, then Ohio State has the potential to knock out Penn State and Michigan on the way to the playoffs, which would be really fun. Of course, the Buckeyes' opponent next week is Illinois, number 22. They won 43-27 today against Purdue. Not so good for their tune-up before the Buckeyes come to town. So that's caught up on all the action. Now, we got the Buckeyes hosting the Gophers, and 29 out of the last 30 times these two have played, Ohio State has won. That's pretty good. I think it'll be pretty good tonight as well. Buckeyes got some recruiting targets in the house. Jacob Curry, a linebacker target who is from the state of Florida on his official. He's in the house. Kamari Biggs, a safety committed to Maryland, and he's in the house as well as one of his teammates from 2027. Amari Latimer, a running back target who's committed to Wisconsin, from Georgia, in the house tonight, as is Micah Champ-Smith, who obviously, if you guys follow recruiting, was a Buckeye target for a long time. He committed to UCLA, and then the Deshaun Foster stuff went down. He's in the house tonight visiting the Buckeyes after visiting Ole Miss last week. Keep you posted on where that goes. And then at 8:30, we've got a decision. Jalen Brewster, the number 1 defensive tackle in the country, will make his decision at 8:30. I got it queued up. We'll see where we're at in the game. If you guys want me, I'll bring it into the chat. The stream, we can bring it in on the screen here and see what he decides. But Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Ohio State, thought to be his top 3. Texas Tech thought to be the pick. I strongly assume that's where it's going to go. But you guys can let me know. In the meantime, the Bucks will be kicking off here shortly as Drake Lindsey, who is a really good quarterback for the Gophers, brings in his buddies. And Minnesota, underrated uniforms. I like them. And my man, Cleveland Mike, Pissy State takes an L off the back of Knowles' great defense that gave up 42 points today. Listen, all the Buckeye fans who were yelling all offseason, it takes Knowles 3 years to implement his defense. They're feeling pretty good about themselves right about now. I'll tell you that. Announcers for the Texas game, still glazing Manning at the end of it. I missed that. Doesn't surprise me, man. They want it so bad because it's such an easy story to sell. But man, was he terrible. He was so bad. Here we go. Good podcast this week, Chuck, with those other guys. Arch sucks big time. Penn State too. Yeah, good stuff, man. I loved it. It was a great time slot. It was so hard to keep up on all of it that I didn't even notice until 6 minutes left in the third quarter that Michigan State at Nebraska was tied 14-14, and Nebraska ended up pulling away and winning that. But those teams are both 3-1. So that was kind of a battle for Big Ten upper mediocrity right there. And the guys in red win. Matt Rule wins. So we'll see. I think Michigan State is going to knock somebody off this year. And they're looking better. They're definitely looking better. Nancy, how you doing? Good to see you. Little Boy Gaming. We got all the pals in here tonight. What's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? I feel so vindicated on Knowles. He was always good, but not great. I love you, Matt Patricia. And a lot of people feeling vindicated about that it was more the players than the defensive coordinator. Cookie Monster, what's going on? My guy, Terry, Wisconsin looks so bad. So Wisconsin loses to Michigan. And I got to be honest, I thought they were looking pretty good to start that puppy off. Either that or Michigan was so bad. Michigan will not throw the ball down the field with Sherrone Moore. Their fans were a little irritated. They want Biff Poggi back, the interim coach who stood in for Sherrone Moore when he was suspended. And that was the week that the 2 weeks, and they threw it all down the field. No, Luke Waffle not at the game. Is anyone good at college football? Yeah, yes. These guys right here, the Buckeyes. Though people are going to try to trash the Buckeyes' resume now that Texas lost, and that's cool. Lull them into sleep. Let them think so. UCLA did really come to play today. They absolutely did, man. It was pretty impressive for the interim coach, Rick Neuheisel's son, Jerry Neuheisel, who kind of looks like J.D. Pickle. I thought so too, C-Mike. Yeah, Whiskey I thought looked a little better than usual. And they probably feel pretty proud of their performance. I'm with you, Budley. I can't stand Fleck. Cannot stand him. He's a gimmicky guy, man. The whole row your boat. I couldn't believe in the kickoff. Here we go. I could not believe that Minnesota let him bring the row your boat slogan, and they actually put it on their uniforms in places, which is just crazy to me. Like, you're a Big Ten program. You hire a coach from the MAC who's got this goofy row the boat slogan, and you let him put it on your uniform? That's crazy to me. But anyway. And this will be a big talking point tonight, Bob. Bob says as long as Day doesn't succumb to the trestle ball turtle, which been a big topic of discussion all week. I got a feeling we're going to see it open up tonight as the Buckeyes come out. Ty Malone starting at 3 Tech again. This will be his fourth start in a row, taking Edric Houston's spot. And I don't know about you guys, but the main camera here looks like got a haze on it. I hope that's like fireworks smoke or something. And it looks like the Buckeye faithful are going to earn a Buckeye leaf on the first snap. They're going to get themselves a Buckeye leaf for a delay of game or a timeout. Timeout by Minnesota. Gotta love that, man. Gotta love that. So Chuck, they should show that on the telecast that the crowd got a Buckeye leaf already. Oh, PJ Fleck is furious. He's furious. No, okay, so that's a haze inside the stadium that I'm seeing. Yeah, it's really hazy. All right, the defense is fired up. They line up in their 4-man over front. And the Gophers will throw the ball on first down complete for about 4 yards. Davis Nigbanosin with the tackle, and he's a tackling machine. 6 tackles last week for IGB. That shoe night environment, it is fantastic, isn't it? You guys are behind a couple plays. Tell you what, I'll pause for. Ready? Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So if I'm behind you now, you can just click pause. As right now, we've got 14:24, 14:23, 14:22 on the clock. Minnesota in the gun on 2nd and 5. And that'll be another completion. Caleb Downs looks like he'll stop him about a half a yard short of the first. It'll be 3rd and 1 from Wisconsin's own 34. They've got Edric Houston on their starting lineup there on the left as they list the starting lineup, but I'm quite certain I saw Ty Malone in there to start the game. I'm 5 seconds ahead of your feed still. They do look like an NFL squad. Oh, they picked up the first down, and here they go on first down, and they will get absolutely nothing. IGB comes up and makes another tackle. 2 solos for IGB. It's been a while, man, since you had a corner that loved to hit as much as this guy. One of my predictions at the start of the year, IGB would totally redeem himself. The fan base, a lot of them wanted IGB to go, wanted him gone, go on to the NFL. But it was all because of those penalties. It was all because of the penalties. No penalties. The guy is a lovable dude, man. Plays with fire, talks trash. He's a long corner. 2nd and 9 for the Gophers. And a completion. Peyton Pierce will bring him down immediately with the help from Arvell Reese. It'll be about 3rd and 5. See if the Buckeyes can get him off the field here and see what this offense can do early. I'd like to see a quick domination of these guys. That'd be so fun. Yeah, Ty Malone in there, not Edric. Larry Johnson made the big speech today at Skull Session. He said there's no water in the shoe. There will be no rowing of the boats. And here we go on a 3rd and 1. I got 12:10 on the clock. First down. Yeah, Sonny had a free run. Really calm under pressure. Nice completion. Hey, good on him. 34-0 half. Yeah, I could deal with that. A blocked punt. That'd be fun too. All right, 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 45. 4 seconds on the play clock. And they'll run it for a 2-yard loss. Who made that hit? Caden Curry, of course. Caden Curry, the first to him. Tried to block Caden Curry with a tight end. If your number starts with an 8, you're not blocking Caden Curry. That's for sure. Second and 10 still somehow. That was definitely a loss of at least a yard. And the Drake with the snap. He goes down and hits a tight end for about a 16, 17-yard gain. Son of a gun. 25. Boy, I was way off there. Dylan says we don't know how to cover tight ends at all. It's been a bugaboo for like 25 years. Tight ends, man. Always inferior teams get us with the tight ends. And I used to say, I don't know why we can't ever do that to people. Get those easy tight end first downs. And now this year, it's like, be careful what you wish for. And they hit another 9-yard pass on a little out there as they are moving the ball on the vaunted Buckeyes defense of 2026. Buckeyes have yet to allow a touchdown in the red zone. Look at the front bumper of Minnesota's helmet with that goofy, oversized M which I think looks pretty cool, actually. It says row. It says row right here. All right, so they are inside the red zone. It's 2nd and 1. That was out of bounds. All right, it'll be 3rd and 1. Another red zone shutout coming. Golf clap for Minnie so far. Oh no, he caught that ball. Looks like we're going to have to go to a lengthy review. Yeah, so review and a timeout coming here. I've not seen this quarterback play much, man. People have been talking a whole lot about him this week, this Drake Lindsay. Pretty good young quarterback. Yeah, Bob, I'm with you. That's a catch. Let's just get it on. This should be really quick. I got to change this style here. Yeah, that looks better. Or does that look better? Let's go with that. Rocky Balboa defense, they need to get hit in the nose before delivering the knockout. Going to be fun to see if they can keep that red zone streak up. It is a catch. We got Todd Blackledge on the game from Canton, Ohio. Caleb Downs' arms are looking bigger every week. Nice scripted drive for Minnesota, says Kenneth. And here we go. Throwback, he'll throw it away. Everybody covered. 2nd and goal. It's a good thing we're playing such soft coverage since our DBs are so weak, and Minnesota is notorious for having these next level receivers. Better than Arch in one drive. There we go. I had the unfortunate. I watched a lot of that Florida Texas game, man. He's just bad. There's no way around it. Completion, they'll get about 2 yards on that one. Good play by Lorenzo Styles. But yeah, I'm just stunned. I really am stunned that Arch is so bad. I'm having Ari Wasserman on this week with me on the show. Ari Wasserman had a big take on Arch Manning. He was guaranteed to make it to New York. And I'll be honest, like, people were cooking him for it. I felt the same way. I just didn't say it. I just didn't say it, man. But I felt the same way. This is what bothers me, Ivan, and I'll be here in a second on this comment. Here we go. Incomplete. Now, we've talked about this all week as Minnesota will come out and attempt a short field goal. Ivan says, also, they're obviously trying to bleed the clock, so Day and the offense better be in their bag. Every single team that plays Ohio State that is overmatched, or any team in any game that is clearly overmatched and they know it going in, what's their strategy? They want to bleed the clock, limit the possessions, shorten the game. That's the strategy. That's the strategy, tried and true. And the field goal is good, but just barely. And that's the thing. Like, if you're in a close game, you're doing them a favor by bleeding the clock yourself. Like, you're helping them out. But I'm not saying this will be a close game. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying. We talked a lot about this week, so I'm excited to see the offense, see how they come out playing it. But my buddy Dan said earlier, and I'm in full agreement, these coaches hear this stuff. They know what's up. They hear everything everybody says. They hear the criticisms, and they don't like them. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see an aggressive offense, not playing super slow today. I'm sorry if my lighting's off a little bit, guys. I've got my normal stand for my camera off to the side here so I can see the TV better. My mom turned into my last one I did of these, and she was like, "Honey, you kept just like looking way up," and I didn't like it. You kept looking way up. Like, all right, Mom, I'll move the thing out of the way. Still listen to my mom. Yeah, Minnesota's line did look solid in pass pro. Rob H., what's up, brother? How you doing? Absolutely. No sweat. No sweat at all. Let's check Texas Tech Houston, a game I'm pretty interested in here. 6-0 midway through the first. I feel like Houston might be able to hang with these guys. What else we got going on this time slot besides Miami and FSU, which just kicked? FSU will start with the ball. We've got Kansas down 7-0 against UCF. Mississippi State, Texas A&M. They just started 0-0, and they are in College Station. Drake Lindsey. Wow. 10 pass attempts for Drake Lindsey on that opening series. He's 8 for 10 for 65 yards. They had 2 rushing attempts by 1 for each of their backs for a total of 0.5 yards rushing. Now, it is said that this Minnesota defense, one of the better rush defenses in the country, giving up just 65 yards a game rushing. So we'll see the Buckeyes. I'm sure will try to put that to the test early here, and we'll see who comes out to start the game. Will it be CJ Donaldson? Does Jackson start? That's the question here. Whether he starts or not, I think we can all agree he's going to get the most carries, right? Or in a game where you aren't quite as concerned as you are like Washington, do we maybe see more of that even split again? The Paterno fan club said Penn State did what Penn State does. My man sees Bo. Yep, there he is. There's Bo. Now, it's over. It's done. Officially the starter, not just the guy that gets most of the carries. The first one out. Like it. I like it a lot. It sends the message, man. This is a meritocracy. If you earn it on the field, you get it. Good stuff. By the way, Bo looks so hard with the towel coming down the back. I love it. And here we go. Julian will pass it on first down. And complete to 17. 17 so smooth. And they come up with they got CJ. These guys are all off here. What we just have go on there? Was it a penalty? There goes Bo. Bo right off the rip. Averaging 8.5 yards a carry. That's something, man. I got in quite a few arguments those first couple of weeks. Here we go. Bo again. Got a lane. Oh, look at that, boy. CJ Donaldson needs to take note. That's how you do that. That's how you do that right there. Low man wins, buddy. And Julian hits JJ, another first across the 40. By the way, guys, they're moving. Dan, where you at? They're moving. Dan called it. He did call it. They're moving fast. They're moving fast. Yeah, buddy. The O-line's rocking them so far. The vaunted rushing defense of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, not to be messed with. And here goes Bo, and they'll get him for about – see, they had him stopped at the line, and he gets another 2 yards. Got to love it. How crazy is this? I mean, right now it's probably pretty close to true, right? It's at least at minimum a top 5 left tackle in the country. It's crazy. I just remember the press conference when Ryan Day was talking about him at left tackle, and Patrick Murphy from Bucknell was like, just want to clarify, you said left tackle, you meant right. And he's like, no, left tackle. We're playing him at left tackle. I was like, what? Austin Saraveld at left tackle? Yeah, he's awesome. And then he said that this past week that Tyler Bowen was the one who, pounded the table for him and said, no, that's our best bet. He was right. And Tyler Bowen, I think he's awesome. Julian play action, goes down the field. Oh, I mean, that guy had JJ. Really nice coverage. Really nice coverage. A good ball, too. Did Six fake an injury? I didn't see that. Yes, Chris. Bo finishes like Zeke. Yeah, he always got that extra yard. Julian back again. He'll complete the ball to Carnell, who falls down because he had to extend a little too high for that ball. Lost his balance. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. And the Bucks will come in and try to tie it up at 3. And they were cooking, man. They were cooking. Ugh, that sucks. Did you guys see the 4th down or 3rd down call at UCLA where Nico hit the running back, but he turned him around? He could have just easily walked for the 1st down, needed a yard on a little screen, but he turned him around and he lost his balance and didn't get the 1st down. Ethan Onyanwa getting some playing time today? Or no, they're just lining up there. Just huddled up there on the sideline. Ethan Onyanwa did not play at all yesterday. Dylan would be shocked if Fielding made it from 53. He's got the leg. We've not really seen him executed in a game, but I've got video of the dude in practice with a full rush, making it from 60 and 59. This would be a real weapon if we had a guy who could make 50-yarders. Not for now, but for a big game. Maybe a confidence builder here. I'm for it. Brian, I think you just ruined it for me. And here we go. The kick. And I knew it was going to miss because Brian told me. Oh, PJ Fleck, he's so fired up. I hate him. God, I hate him. Where's my buddy Ron James? The kicking game, man. And this is why you go for it, because Fielding sucks. Yeah, he does have the leg, bro. I'm telling you, he does have a leg. He does, but he's never made a long field goal, has he? I can't remember him making a long field goal. Who won the coin toss? Do you guys know? I was talking to you. I didn't pay attention. Julian Sam was 3 for 4 in that opening possession for 24 yards. Bo Jackson, 3 carries for 16 yards. Jeremiah with 1 reception. Carnell with 2. Texas Tech now up 9-0 on Houston. Florida State took it down for an opening field goal against Miami. And that is currently where we're at. Houston, by the way, wearing the old throwback Oilers-looking uniforms, which I just love. Remember the old AFC Central? What's up, Davey? How you doing, buddy? So I kind of felt like the high pass kind of threw him off. He came down and just kind of lost his balance a little bit. Dylan would rather take his chances getting 4 yards than making a long field goal from 53. I mean, I get you. I just also think getting that rep, like if you'd have made it, that 53-yarder, built his confidence up, that could be a good thing to have in the bank, particularly when you feel like you're going to win this game, right? This is huge here, Jeremy. Better see Bo get the carries in the low red zone. He knows how to run dudes over. After we saw possession number 1 last week, CJ Donaldson gets stonewalled on a 4th and 1. I assumed, okay, now we've seen enough of this because it just happened against Ohio as well. Now they're going to give Bo a shot in the next opportunity, and they didn't. They brought CJ in every single short yardage play. Today, this will be we'll see this. I think we'll see it. We'll see Bo. And if not Bo, then Isaiah West, somebody else. Oh! Kenyatta all up on him. Uh-oh, Kenyatta's hurt. He's really hurt. What happened? I don't see anything was that his arm? Did you guys see? Did anybody see anything? What happened? I'm going to rewind that again. I don't see anything. Must have been when I don't see anything, you automatically think, right, he hit his head on the turf. Because he does kind of fall a little. He just kind of hits and doesn't move much. Anybody seeing anything? He grabbed his shoulder, Nick. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Ryan thinks his head hit. Stinger, collarbone. Marco Iacchetti, this is a Penn Stater here. He's a proud Ohio State fan now. We got a new one, guys. Welcome to the club. Oh man, tough one, buddy. Tough one. Did you watch the press conference? Did James tell you guys how much he's done in the last 12 years? That you should be thankful for what he's done and not get on him about losing to UCLA, a coachless program that's winless. Oh man. The worst part is for Penn State fans, you're in purgatory, right? Like, he's not going anywhere. You're in a Dabo situation. He's not going anywhere. And this was the year. This was the year. Matt thinks his head hit the butt of the quarterback. Neck or concussion. Timu Brian Kelly, man, that is horrible. That's about as low as you can go. I think it was his head in that super slow motion. I could go for Eddie O at PSU. Absolutely. 2nd and 10 for the Gophers. From their own 35. Oh, yes. Their tight end did not know the ball was coming his way. It didn't turn around. It'll be 3rd and 10. See if these Buckeyes can get them off real quick. As Bo Atkinson in for Kenyatta Jackson, and we've got a segment to do this week after 5 games reviewing this transfer portal class of Max Clare and Bo Atkinson and Logan George and Ethan Anyanwa and Phil Daniels, Justin Terry, etc. Take a good long look at what each one of these guys has done. Obviously, you can't compare it to last year's transfer portal class, which was just like an all-timer. Yes. That's another Buckeye leaf for the stadium. Oh, they called a timeout. This ref kind of looks like Mike Leach a little bit. We kind of missed on the portal, says L. Jake says it feels like a lot of wasted money on the portal. We'll go into it all this week. 15 in, that is Ziggy Grady. Yeah. Yeah, there have been some misses. There have been some hits. Like, right, like, so Ethan Anyanwa, that's a huge miss, right? That guy's making $1 million to sit on the bench right now. However, Phil Daniels is a beast right tackle. Kenyatta on that bike moving. Phil Daniels is a beast right tackle, and he was more of a bargain. And he's got years of eligibility left. So ultimately, like, you would rather that guy with years of eligibility left than Ethan, who's just got 1 year, be the guy who hits, right? So that's a good thing. 3rd and 10, and the Gophers snap the ball as Belly drops back. And Arvell and Sonny will make the tackle together. Seeing 0 and 8 from the distance I am from this TV look like the exact same guy. I can't tell who's who. Never mind. That was Caleb and Sonny. Boy, I need to move closer to this TV for these things, guys. BI back for the punt return. By the way, Bryson Rogers. Wow, that's a hell of a punt. Bryson Rogers was on the report as questionable, and he is not playing. He's in street clothes. Just had 4 games, right? And this is the time where you see these guys, like what we saw with Mekhi Hughes. They quit playing. They shut it down so as not to burn a year of eligibility. Now, I would never think that about Bryson, but it is kind of coincidental that he tweeted what he tweeted earlier this week. You know what I mean? My man. Thank you, brother. This one usually is hanging on the wall, but I decided to put it on for the occasion. So Tegra has not been playing good. Ethan's been playing 15 of his snaps a game up until the Washington game. And then he didn't play any. And Ethan's been playing better, like personally getting better each game. So I didn't understand why that was. I'm looking for him like this week for sure. If he gets those 15 snaps again this week, or if he doesn't play again this week, and then it'll really tell us how he's doing. Still 3-0 in Tallahassee. And you look up and there's a sack by Miami. That defense is pretty legit. How legit do you guys think Miami is this year? Because people are starting to say they're the number one team. And their defense is the one to be feared, not the Ohio State defense. So what he tweeted, Cookie, let me read it to you so I don't misquote it. He retweeted something and said, Ma Dukes knows what's up. Now, my buddy, after I said that on the show, said, Ma Dukes means my mom, is what he said. I didn't know that, so I appreciate him translating that for me. That's young man speak, and I'm no longer that. He said, some people never understand what you bring to the table until they see you at another table. Coincidentally, in street clothes now after game 4. Hopefully it's nothing and totally unrelated. It's just, it's a coincidence, right? He has been underused, and that pisses me off. I think he should get a little more run. Is Oregon really top 3 if Penn State turns out to be this mid? Well, I think they're a damn good football team, but I had them in my top 3 before they played Penn State. So, yeah, for me, they are. Complete to Carnell. We'll take that 7 yards. Bucks got a long way to go here on possession number 2, and we are keeping tabs on how many possessions we got. This is possession number 2. Remember, we had just 3 in the first half last week. I'm with Nick. I love throwing on a first down, especially backed up down like that. Let them know you're going to rip it. Second down in the pistol with Bo again on the second series. And this one will go to Bo, and he will pick his way to about a 2.5-yard run when nothing was there. That's the thing right there. He'll take a nothing and make it 2 yards. He'll take a 2 and make it 4. Dago said it, not me, for the record. BC says, I want Bryson to leave if that's what it takes to get snaps. Wouldn't be the first NFL receiver we see have to leave to get snaps, and it's just a product of, come on, man, dude. They did it again. They brought Donaldson in again on short yardage. He's not the bigger, more physical back. He's 5 pounds heavier. Runs into Servel's back, bounces backwards. Did he pick up the first? All right, they're going to give it to him just barely. I don't understand this at all. Oh, Julian takes a shot. Beautiful ball. That was perfect. He hits Carnell. Oh, and he's fired up. I love seeing him fired up. That ball was gorgeous. Hell yeah, Tate's wide receiver anywhere else. You guys just told me I was behind. I didn't even realize it. It was from looking at Kenyatta. All right, let me get caught up here. I just saw when I was fast forwarding up this JJ pass. As JJ jukes that dude out of his shoes, he is like a gazelle, man. Wow, first and goal for the Bucks. Here we go. They give Donaldson the touchdown. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh. How about that deep ball, man? I don't know. Was he in? Brought in Nate Roberts at fullback again. Okay, so he actually did look better, but still got, immediately brought down. I swear Bo trucks that dude in the end zone. I till I see it otherwise, I'm gonna stand by it. Like, can we just see it once? That's what I'm screaming here. Can we just see it? And they pulled the touchdown off the board and called him short. I didn't know that there was enough evidence to call that back, guys. And Donaldson again. All right, that's easy peasy. That one's in. Touchdown Bucks. It'll be 7-3 here at the end of the first. Be interesting to know how the environment is tonight at the shoe. This is the first Big Ten night game since the changes were implemented. If you've not been to a night game since they put in the red lights, it's pretty awesome. I love it. Changes the whole look in there. That's true. That's actually factually true. Statistically true. This is something we haven't seen yet this year, Greeny. We haven't seen a sneak, I don't believe, have we? Dago's calling Donaldson Wendy's Frosty from now on. Isaiah West needs more run in this offense. We need another running back other than Bo to step up, get the young guys going early. So the way I see this, CJ Donaldson and James Peoples are a significant drop off between Bo Jackson and the two of them. Give Isaiah West some reps and see if maybe he can close that gap a little bit, because you don't want to saddle too many carries on Bo, but you also don't want to surrender this large gap between your number one running back and your numbers 2 and 3. And if that guy's West, I believe it is, but we got to see it. I'm with you that they should be trying because there is a pretty significant gap, in my opinion. Hildoff thinks it should be mandatory to wear our black and scarlet unis at home for night games. I think it should be mandatory to wear every one of the alternates, the gray, the scarlet, and the black once a year. Once a year. They're not like some big... I'm a traditionalist when it comes to Ohio State uniforms, but the fact that they're all of the same template now, I don't care if they mix up the colors because it's the same uniform. It's not a totally different uniform. So even me as a, uniform traditionalist, I would be totally for that because everybody loves it. So many people love it. Not everybody, but so many people love it. The players love it. I don't understand the reluctance to do it. I'll never get it. I'd love to talk to somebody about it. I really would. Just like if I ever get a chance to talk to Ross Bjork, I want to talk about this. This is literally my first topic. Why? I want to tell him the story. He probably doesn't know the story. He probably doesn't know 20 years ago we saw them change this and we all said, ugh. Well, it'll probably only last 3 years and then they'll change it back. And here we are 20 years later and we still got the wrong sleeves on our jersey. At least we didn't lose to UCLA. No, we did not. Emily, are you singing? Are you at the game? Still only me singing. I think Emily's checking in from the game. That's awesome. We got a Juckeye in the game checking in on the chat. That's pretty cool. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how many. What do we got? Are we at 2? 2 over 20 yards? There we go, Eric. Give us our damn sleeves back. What is this? Oh, is this one of those things here? Let me ban this. See, here's the thing, Carmen. We shouldn't even know these things are called heritage stripes, right? This is just a sales gimmick to give them a name. Heritage stripe. I just call them the proper sleeves. Yes, I'm here at the game. Emily is at the game, checking into the Juck on Bucks chat. We appreciate you, Emily. How is the environment tonight? How does it compare to the Ohio game? Yeah, you're right. People do underestimate these West Coast games. It's a bad record that we got heading out there. Like the East Coast teams heading out there. It's a bad record. Jim Knowles' defense lost to a team that up until today hadn't led in a second of any of their 4 prior games. That's crazy. Dave thinks that this Buckeye team should be crazy good by late November. Yeah, I agree. They're coming along beautifully. Emily was asked to sit down at the game. That's not good. But it's loud, she said. You can't ask somebody to sit down at a night game at the shoe, man. I hope you didn't comply. Here we go. 7-3, Minnesota's ball on first down. They'll get about 1.5 before Peyton Pierce shuts them down. Okay, Kenyatta had a stinger. That's 2 points for whoever had that in the chat. Totally with you, Mike. Totally with you. Oh, actually, guys, that decision is coming up in 6 minutes. So Texas Tech is becoming a problem. Texas Tech is, Bo Atkinson almost with the sack. Texas Tech very well might have the number 1 recruiting class next year. And if they duplicate the transfer portal haul that they just did, like they're already a good team, very talented team right now. Back that up with a couple of top 3 recruiting classes and continue to add in the portal. All of a sudden, that team's as talented as you know, any of the top 5 teams in the country. Doesn't mean they can be a team, though I do think Joey McGuire's a hell of a coach. But yeah, they are. They're legit. Getting legit if this doesn't change. Nonetheless, it's still a net positive for us. Great play by Lorenzo Styles. Pressure on Lindsey. Bucks will get it back. 4th and 8. It's a net positive for us because the guys that they're taking, the majority of them would be at Georgia, LSU, or Texas A&M. So they're robbing those guys more than they're robbing us. It is another team that we have to face, potentially another playoff team that's another playoff power, but they're weakening the people who are really on our level, which is Texas and Georgia. But I don't know. Can we say Texas is that much anymore? Nico carved Knowles up. Soak that in, man. The Penn State fans want us to take back Jim Knowles. We're good. We're good because a whole lot of the Penn State fans were talking a lot of crap about stealing Jim Knowles from us. We're doing just fine. $20 reps at 225 for JJ. He only did like 5 as a freshman. Miami up 7-3 now. No, Pierce does not get this much run this early. This is good. He's playing well, too. There we go. Complete the car now. Breaks the tackle. A big gainer for Tate. $49 yards. That's a beauty. And Julian threw it on the RPO. There were several last week at Washington where I didn't think he was live. The pass was wide open, but he handed it off like every time. And a pitch out to Bo. Bo with a great 10-yard run. And here comes Jimmy DePeoples. Number 20 coming in for his first action of the game. Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take Bo out after he just has a great 10-yard run? Of course. Look at Isaiah. That's Isaiah right behind him. That's my guy. I love that kid. Here we go. There's James Peoples. Come on, James. First down. $114. Surprise, Bo makes a man miss. Absolutely. How long is that flight from LA to Sad Valley tonight? First down, Bucks saying, oh my gosh, almost picked off by Coy Parrish. Gosh, that kid is a stud, man. I wanted him so bad. We almost flipped him. And Minnesota was able to hang on to the Minnesota kid at the end. Absolutely, he's the future. Oh, Emily. Okay, James tried his best. It's better. Complete to Max. Great catch and body control for a tight end. That is what that guy is right there, man. That's just different kind of body control. Look at that. That's wide receiver stuff right there. Io Goomba. First and goal, Bo in, hit in the backfield. and he'll get another 2. We got a Buckeye helmet on the ground. Oh, that was a hand that knocked Phil. Yes! That guy knocked Phil Daniels' helmet off, and Phil still busted him 4 yards down the field with no helmet. I love that. Nastiest offensive lineman on the team. Now Peoples is inside the 10. We're going to throw the ball here. Julian, get rid of it. It'll be 3rd and goal. It'll be 3rd and goal. The Buckeyes 1 for 1 so far in the red zone. The goal, Ryan Day said the goal this week, and I've never heard him say this. The goal is 75% conversion rate for them. 75% in the red zone, scoring touchdowns. Opportunity number 2 here. Julian will load it up. Touchdown, JJ. What a ball. Oh, that dude held him like crazy, too. That ball was perfect. Perfect ball. Cookie Monster would like to remind everyone to hit the thumbs up button, please. He is a psycho. He's got a screw loose. And it's fantastic. I loved it when they asked him about the fights that he was getting in practice. His response was just like, basically, I'm beating them up. Then they get mad. Then they want to fight me. No, I did not notice Padilla was in at right guard. What is that? Do you guys hear that? There we go. Okay, so that right there that just came on was the announcement. Hasn't started yet, but I'll keep tabs on it here and let you guys know what happens. Jalen Brewster's announcement I'm talking. If anybody wants to watch that, it is being live streamed on the 24/7 YouTube channel. Number 1 defensive tackle in the country in the class of 2027, Jalen Brewster, is making his decision. And if it's in a commercial or something, I will quick and pull it in so we can take a look together.
Deciding between some of the top.
Ohio State, Texas Tech, Indiana, Texas A&M, Oklahoma. And how notable is it that Indiana is in this kid's top 5? Well, actually, look, he's got a microphone in his hand. Maybe we will. You guys want to pop this in?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I would say I'm on my ear right now. I don't know what to think.
I understand, man. It's a lot going on, a lot to process. And to that point, it's never easy making decisions like this when you've got so many schools wanting your services, but it helps to have a village behind you. So who would you like to shout out for supporting you along this journey?
I like support all the people behind me. Danny Mason, my Grammy, Popo.
All right, I can't even understand what he's saying, so I'll just let you know. Chris says every time I check the Florida State game, they're getting chunk plays, but they're losing. So they got a lot of flack, right, for losing at Virginia. Virginia, now 5-1, just beat Louisville, who was 4-1. That might not be a horrible loss, really. And here we go with Minnesota down 14-3, ball at the 25. We got 11 minutes in the second quarter. Lindsey getting pressure right off the rip, but he will dump it out for a gain of 10. The good news was that was Edric Houston giving chase, and Edric, well, they just didn't block him. I was hoping he blew somebody up, but they just didn't block Eddie. Either way, it's a confidence builder. He needs a confidence builder. They'll run it for 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5. Jalen Brewster chose Texas Tech in a stunning surprise. There were some Ohio State recruiting folks who were trying to spin this like people should be getting excited. That was never happening. He is good, Matt. It's a nice looking little back, man. Not going to do much, but I like the way he moves. Here we go. 3rd and 3. Andrew said the Texas win's starting to look like crap. Texas loses to a really mediocre Florida football team. I mean, it's like, you just got a different team every week unless you're really, really good and really consistent. But to be honest, these resume arguments don't matter anymore. Unless you finish the season 9-3, lose one or lose 2 games and you're in. And the Buckeyes stopped them. That was wonderful. PJ Fleck looks like he wants to go for it on 4th and 1. Matt Patricia and his pencil are ready. Let's go. Jarquez Carter in the game at nose for the true freshman in a big spot. I want to see a replay of that last play. PJ Fleck will call a timeout. Oh, no, the Buckeyes will call a timeout. From his own 45, I like the decision. If I'm PJ Fleck, he does dress nice. I would dress nice, I think, if I was a coach. I do kind of dig the way he dresses. He gets that from Tressel, so I kind of dig that. Once did work for Tress. Did the Flexter. Yes. They got their whole offensive line just got pushed backwards. Beautiful by the Buckeyes defense. Give me the ball back, baby. Short field. Let's go. There's no need to even play around here. By the way, true freshman Jarquez Carter in the middle of all that. That's some serious trust in him. Matter of fact, Will Smith Jr. was in there as well. Will Smith Jr. was in there. Jarquez Carter was in there. Overtime alone in Edric Houston in a very big spot. That is interesting. We got to note that. Yeah, you got Caden Curry, Caden McDonald, Jarquez Carter, Will Smith Jr., Bo Atkinson, and then Sonny and Arvell coming up in those gaps. So you've now got a situation where Ty Malone was coming in to replace Edric Houston. And now all of a sudden today, we're seeing Jarquez Carter get some run. And that is the guy I've had my eye on since the preseason. As the kid we may see get some playing time on this defensive line. I think we're going to start seeing it. No, I don't blame that at all. I'd have done the same thing. It is amazing. The one common denominator, B. Jones, amazing what we do in these short yardage situations. It's not like we're huge up front. The one common denominator, Caden McDonald. The guy is immovable. You can go all the way back to Penn State last year, that goal line stand. He is the one common denominator. He has been there every single one of them, and he is fantastic. Miami goes up 14-3. What am I missing? What are you guys talking about? What's on Peacock? That kid probably doesn't know what city Texas Tech is in, and that city sucks, unless you're a Buddy Holly historian. Emily said, nobody around me knows the team the same as I do. Staying with Juck, who knows? Matt Patricia, an unbelievable hire. For sure. Buckeye legend already. It's been a legendary start. There's no denying that. Oh, thanks, Rick. I appreciate that, bud. I'm happy you guys are here to join me with another big audience. I didn't think anybody would like this. My brother told me I should try this last year. I didn't do it. I should have. A lot of people seem to like it. Seriously, like what would you do if you were a Penn State fan? It would just be awful. This was the year. Not to say it's over. It's not over. They could beat Ohio State. They could beat Indiana. They could make the playoffs. They got to do both, though. They're going to have to beat Ohio State and Indiana. Ohio State in the shoe. And what has Franklin shown us? And this was the year. They did what Ohio State did. They did what Michigan did. They paid their guys to stay back. They were feeling real confident about it. They got their senior quarterback, number one quarterback in the country, as a senior, foregone the NFL. Oh, I'm being reminded to catch up. I'm behind. What? Did I just miss a touchdown? I did, apparently. Yeah, I did mention that. I'm a bad host, guys. Oh, wow. Okay, there's another long shot. Another one to Carnell, who slapped that wristband. What was on that wristband that he just showed right there? On the first play, man, that Carnell had him by 5 yards. I wonder what these folks are going to say about Julian and his deep ball. They were ragging on him today. Oh my gosh, did he kill that kid? I feel bad for that DB. Third catch of 40-plus yards. Wow. Thanks, Marco. Have a good one, buddy. That's it, man. Who wants any part of these guys? They're dangerous in a lot of different ways. A lot of different ways. And we're going to hear it this week for sure. How good is Ohio State really? Texas sucks. We're going to hear it all week. Washington almost got beat by Maryland, and that's fine. The truth is, man, we can all see, having watched these games all year, like, yeah, these guys are legit good. Legit, really, really good. This defense is nastier than last year. It's more athletic. It's got a better coordinator. This is a really great Buckeye team. Averaging 22 a throw. Let's check these stats, actually. Julian Sayin is 10 of 13 for 220 yards. Whoo, buddy. Averaging 16.9. That's one heck of a first half line. Total rush is 10 for 35 yards. That's not great. Carnell, 6 for 159. Are you kidding me? Wow. JJ, 3 for 50. IGB leading the way with 4 tackles again. This dude's always at the top as a cornerback. That's nuts. And Caden Curry, we have not seen the encore performance. Hope he gets a sack tonight, because this guy is going to be dropping back quite a bit, as they're down now 21-3 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. If the Buckeyes can stop them here and score again, we're going to see a lot of the young guys tonight, which I love. They are rushing for 1.7 yards a carry at this point. Rob with a good point. Rob, thanks for being a member. I've watched some very flawed Ohio State teams that happen to be undefeated. This team is not that. I've watched enough to know the difference. Yeah, there's no doubt, man. This is a really, really good team. We've seen a lot of good teams, great teams. Will Smith in there making hay, buddy. I was hoping we would see more Will. I was hoping we would see Will in there with Caden McDonald. Unfortunately, that's not happening. He's in there with Time Alone. I want to see him in there with K-Mac. I think those two are your two best interior guys, despite Will being technically a one tech now. I don't think there are any rules on this defensive line. We got Caden Curry all over the place. Bo Atkinson and Kenyatta are coming in playing 3 tech at times. Look at Will. He's a dog, man. He's a dog. Will Smith Jr. is a dog. Get out of here. Throwing the flag on Peyton. It was not a catchable pass. Yes! Just heard one of the announcers say the great SID at OSU, Jerry Emig, clueless. Kenneth, Jerry Emig is fantastic. He's a legend in the game, and I couldn't be more proud. He's retiring. I wish him a great retirement. I think he's just fantastic at what he does, and everybody loves Jerry. Who doesn't love Jerry? Oh! Arvell Reese with the sack. Could have been 3 different Buckeyes on that one. Curry almost got him. Atkinson almost got him. And the Buckeyes will get the ball back. 6 minutes, up 21-3. Two for two in red zone trips. A bigger Shazier, not a bad comp. And it's crazy that you can make that comp. Here's a good point here. Dago says we need to sign Laurinaitis for 5 to 6 years, as long as you can. He's great. A8, baby. There we go, Cook. That's the name right there. Listen, hey, Jerry let your boy in, right? Jerry let me in. He didn't have to do that. I'm very appreciative of that. Emily fired up. Reese, my beautiful Buckeye. Emily 2. It's Emily 1 and Emily 2. A couple of Emilys and a cookie in here. Here we go. Buckeyes take over on offense again. Let's see if we can get us another one before the half. It'll get swung out to JJ for a quick 8-yard gain, and he's out of bounds. PJ Fleck patted him on the head. He couldn't wait to do that, I'm sure, the way he talked about him last week or earlier in the week. I do love it when Carnell has a big game and like the whole country's watching. They're like, oh, they got another one? Yeah, buddy. There's another one. Bo's got a lot of Buckeye leaves. Give him another one for that, man. That's a tough run. Oh, he's a beast to tackle. Like, that's a guy nobody wants to tackle right there. That is impact. He delivers the blow. Bo on the delayed release. Ball go to Max Clare for another completion. About 6-7 yards for the Buckeyes. Max Clare looks a lot like Jake Butt in the face with his helmet on. Four minutes. 19 seconds on the play clock. And the Buckeyes are not eating up the whole play clock tonight, which is great. The ball will go to Brandon Innes. He will not get the first down, but he did save a disaster of a play as he, could have gotten tackled for about a loss of 4 right there. Everyone would have been mad at him, but that was not blocked up properly. He looks like he's hobbling a little bit. And his backup, Bryson Rogers, in street clothes today. Here we go on a 3rd and 1. And they bring in the short yardage back, C.J. Donaldson. Buckeyes will call a timeout before that. Emily sees a big difference from last year. The players are having fun again. They do look like they're having fun. I'll have to check that out on the replay. Oh, look at this. Emily just caught eyes with Houston and pumped him up. He waved back. He's such a good guy. Edric Houston, one of the all-time good guys on the team. That's for sure. Saying, smiling, and having fun is fun to see, right? Like, he's playing loose and playing free and playing easy. And here comes Lincoln Keenholz on 3rd and 1. Buckeyes call a timeout. Come back out with Link. 3 wide. Link's keeping it all the way. Come on, man. Can anybody read Dave's lips right there? I'd love to know what he just said. I would love to know what he just said. Lincoln choked. He did. He got too excited. Didn't that feel exactly like it felt every time they tried that with Devin Brown? He came in all excited and just jittered up and choked, and it didn't work every time. Lisa, you're 6 minutes ahead of me. I got 2:47 on the clock right now. Coy Parrish back for the punt return. Yeah, why change to that play? That felt like a let's give Lincoln something, and then it did not work. Sam was cooking. And that's it too, Matt. I thought that was an opportunity to cut it up there. But, whatever is what it is. Alex said, they said, what the hell was that, Brian? Devin Brown, DB part 2. Yeah, that's exactly what that felt like. Just like they tried to sell us that DB was some athlete. He was not really an athlete. And then when he came in, he was so amped up, could not, like, it just looked frantic. That's how I described him all year, frantic. Minnesota with a little quick hitter for about 7 out of the backfield. Jalen McClain lays the wood. 2:25 left. And Minnesota, somebody just texted me and said, Day said he's running effing sideways. That's what their lip read was. Oh, here we go. Mike said the same thing. Why did you run it effing sideways? Is that what he really said? I'll be damned. There's another one. He's running effing sideways. You guys are good, man. I think if 3 people saw the same thing independently, I think we probably nailed it here. And there we go. He got to have a moment, MCU Drew. He got to have a moment in a national championship season. I'm happy that he got that. He was a good Buckeye. He got that pass before halftime to Jeremiah. Jeremiah's first ever highlight reel touchdown catch was from Devin Brown. He'll always have that, and that's great. Nancy is a retired speech therapist, so I tried to read his lips. All I could make out was all effing day, man. He was stumbling effing sideways. All right, there's definitely an effing and sideways. I just got it sent to me. So for sure, we've got the effing and sideways. Yeah, running effing sideways for sure. No doubt. That's what he said. That's funny. And I'll take that to mean we're not going to see that again. You got your shot, Link. Cut it up is the job there. Cut it up. As we're talking here, we got Jacob Curry is on his official visit, and as such, he's got a couple of official visit pictures. So I'll show you the big linebacker target that is in town today on his official visit. Jacob Curry. There he is. Linebacker target Jacob Curry out of Nice High School in Florida, one of the Spanish named cities that I can't pronounce. As it looks like Miami just scored again, but a flag on the play. They're up 14-3. Are they going to run away from Florida State in the Doak? That's Jacob Curry. So he's on his official. Sepunyade Dada. Thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. Enjoying our team after today's debacles is green check mark, without a doubt. Beautiful. First down across the 20. Go not the Badgers, the Gophers. Gophers and Badgers. Can you imagine a conference has a Gophers and a Badgers? What are the odds of that? Minute 55, 21-3. Here goes Minnie. Tip! Ooh, every time I see that, I think a pick's coming. Time alone with the pick. Muscle Tech thinks that Day is second guessing Hartline and needs to trust him. Donaldson got hands to the face, but still missed the block. Stumbling or not, that wasn't going anywhere. The rodents. Brewster committed to Texas Tech, Mark. Yes. Zion Grady pops in to say hello. I like them apples. Great play for the true freshman. PJ Fleck furious with that one. 58 seconds, and we'll blow it dead. Got Jarquez Carter in at nose right now. Row. It's so cheesy, man. Can you imagine how fast the next coach of Minnesota is going to rip this stupid row off of everything? Jarquez got in there, but oh. Bucks will stop him after about a gain of 8. 4th down, and there will be no time left here. That'll be the half. Three minutes left in the half at Florida State. Knowles with the ball. It's 14-3. They're at their own 20, and they just fumbled as I'm talking about it. They'll get it back, though. Yeah, Buckeyes doing what they're supposed to do, but it sure feels like you missed out on a possession there. I don't know. It feels like it should be 28-3. And if it was, one more touchdown in the second half, and we could see a whole lot of these younger guys, which I would love to see. You think Michael Irvin is still on coke, do you? Nancy, I think you did a valiant job reading the lips. And I'm with you, Cook. I love the rotation of the players. I want to see more. I want to see more of the young guys. I love it. Yeah, I'd say Keenhol's probably done for the night. I caught up a lot. All right, good, Lisa. We got a flag on the punt here. They run into the kicker. If so, they'll have a first down with a one shot here. How bad in the doghouse is Houston? I mean, bad enough that Jarquez Carter's been playing a lot tonight. I don't even think it's the doghouse. I just think he's not. I mean, I don't know. When I hear doghouse, it implies like you're in trouble. I think he's in trouble. It's not. It's not playing great. He's so pissed. Listen, he is so different. He is so much more like Saban, just pissed off about something, and he can't get it out of his head. That third down, he's so mad about it. Both answers. Yeah, PJ chewing that gum like a cow. That was really annoying every time they clipped him. Yeah, there we go, Eric. He has. That's what I love. I love the intensity. I love how mad he gets. Brother Malik would like to see Mylan Graham get some touches. He didn't look too happy on the sidelines. That'll be a big topic of conversation, I'm sure, here real soon. Especially, I don't know. Who knows what's going on with Ennis? Looked like he got a little injured right there. Not injured. He was definitely hurt. He was hobbling a little bit. If he hurt a hamstring, who's coming in now? Because Bryson is in street clothes tonight. Woody's wants to know if he's too late to bash Knowles for letting UCLA, coached by J.D. Pickle, tonight get 42 points put on him. I don't know if you guys saw that, but J.D. Pickle filled in as the coach for UCLA today. Tried to make a joke and pull up a picture, and it won't pull up the picture. The point is, it was Jerry Neuheisel, who looks a lot like J.D. Pickle, who, if you follow the show, is someone that see you later, buddy. Penn State definitely still sucks. Ryan Day's Achilles heel is special teams. He still struggles on consistent fielding and kicking. Fumble last week, missed field goal today, and a roughing the kicker. Indisputable evidence, Matthew. It's indisputable evidence. We don't know why Bryson's in street clothes. The cynical might think that you could tie together a couple things and say maybe it has to do with it being game number 5. Do you know who J.D. Pickle is, Emily? J.D. Pickle works for On3. He does what I do. He's a college football podcast guy. I got a little beef with him. I got a little beef with J.D. Pickle. So I poke fun at him. And then he messages me and says, it's all good. All love. I said, oh. Woody says, do you suppose he leveraged the Oklahoma State job for a raise and got upset when they didn't give it to him, so he self-sabotaged? Whoa, what are we talking about? That was Joffrey Baratheon? Game of Thrones? I know that. I know Game of Thrones. My son made me watch that. Joffrey. There was never a more satisfying death than Joffrey, right? It's the most satisfying TV death you've ever seen in your life, is watching that kid die, that little jerk. Okay, you know who he is? Yeah, you don't like him. Yeah, me neither. Hey, Doreen, how are you? You missed a night game, Doreen? Doreen stayed home, didn't go to the night game. No, his football takes are, I'll put it this way. Florida and Billy Napier have been an absolute disaster. And last week, his headline was, I'm done, about Florida. Like, as if to say, he was holding on all through that. So there is a thing you can do if you talk about national college football, if you're a podcaster. And essentially, if you compliment every team and find the best in every situation, that people want to hear national people talk good about their team. So particularly when they're in times of like when they've lost and they're feeling bad and things look bleak and you hear someone pumping your operation up and giving you hope, you remember that. You like that guy. If you do that to 25 different fan bases and can navigate it in a way where you don't look like you're doing that, beautiful. Everybody likes you. That's good for business. I like real. That's what I like. I like real. I like people getting it when they deserve it. Billy Napier, the guy deserved it for a year and a half now. So I've given it to him. Of course, I don't need to cater to Florida fans. It doesn't matter to me, right? But you know what I mean. All right. He's telling the truth. I made him watch Game of Thrones. I tried to put it on him. I made him watch it. You're happy that I did, though, right? Now, I didn't watch this latest sequel. You told me to wait. You're talking about Knowles, a rumor he asked for more money and threatened to leave for Oklahoma. Well, so I remember the Oklahoma stuff. I did a video about that Oklahoma thing that was huge because a bunch of Oklahoma people watched it. Remember, he was flirting with Oklahoma supposedly, and the wife or the girlfriend lived in Oklahoma. And I did a video with 3 points. I can't remember what they were, debunking it. It was all nonsense. He just came out and said it was true. He said it was all true. It came from a message board leak, right? It was a message board leak on the Oklahoma Rivals site that some dude just posted on the Oklahoma Rivals site. It became this big story amongst Oklahoma fans. And basically, I was trying to blow it apart. And Jim Knowles just admitted it last week that it was true. That message board leak, it was all true. So. No, brother. I mean, I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. But I don't make those judgments until I rewatch and focus really on the line. I saw him get a free run unblocked, and honestly, I haven't seen him in there much. I've seen a lot of Jarquez Carter and a lot of time alone. I hope you're right, but I can't really make a judgment, right? Just yeah. I mean, honestly, though, I'm also interacting with the chat. I don't catch a ton of that stuff when I'm watching with you guys until I rewatch it. Wish I would have high-fived Juck after the Texas game. I was a new Juckeye at the time and wasn't sure if it was him. Maybe it wasn't. Who knows? I'm sure that whatever Buckeye fan it was would have given you a high five after that game, though. Definitely me. I don't turn down a high five. Yeah, Mike is in the house. That would be a really good flip, particularly. I mean, it's not a 1-for-1 because Mike is most likely a guard and Aaron Thomas is a true tackle body. But Micah could play tackle. I mean, like, you know, that 6'5" height is just could go either way. We're looking at Austin Saravelt as the starting tackle, and he's a great starting tackle in college football at 6'5". And that's what Micah is. That's what Landry Breed is. I'd actually love to get them both if you lose Aaron Thomas. But he's in the house. UCLA, obviously, they had a really big deal with him. But now you got a new regime. The new regime had a big deal with him and a big deal with Drew Gooden. They were going to go big with these two guys. And then they filled all the rest of it in with 3-star guys. That was their plan. Really heavy on a stud offensive lineman and a stud defensive lineman. And I would love to get after their stud defensive lineman. But Micah in the house, he visited Ole Miss last week. So he's certainly looking around. Who knows, though, this big win with Penn State, if they decide what they're going to do pretty soon. Sober is the Holy Ghost. You and I both, buddy. Looking around the Big Ten, I don't see anyone other than Oregon being able to give us a scare. I feel like Michigan's pretty tough, man. I don't know. It's so hard when I agree or when I because logically that matchup never plays out the way I see it playing out in my head. So now I'm just so gun shy to even try to predict. But they look better, much better than they did last year to me. I hate this shadow on my face from this pull here. How's that? That's better. Julian looks fantastic. Looks like he's having fun. You were going to say what if Carmen did? What were we going to say? Anyone checking on Jim Knowles' sister? I'm sure she'll let us know, man. I'm sure she'll let us know. If anyone's talking crap on Twitter, she'll come and find them. Yes, she absolutely was. Knowles' wife was on a spam Twitter account arguing with Buckeye fans during the ceremony, then deleted the account. I did a whole segment on it, bro. I did a whole segment on it. I pulled up the whole burner and went down everything. It was great. She created a burner account. It was like the profile picture was like a 22-year-old girl. And she was like responding to all these Buckeye fans saying, Notre Dame offered 200,000 more. You go where you're worth. Like, gee, that's really odd that this 22-year-old girl is so invested in Jim Knowles' contract negotiations. No, that one was his fiance. His sister also goes after people on Twitter, but that particular story was his fiance right there. It's funny stuff, man. I respect it. Like my brother would come at your neck. You know what I mean? He does. People say bad stuff about me. And it happens now. So I respect it. I got nothing but love for that kind of behavior. She can go ahead and bring it. She's a little out there, but I respect what she's doing. I don't think I could sit back there and just take people talking crap about someone I love, that don't know them. I'd probably be the same way. But at the same time, it's different. Oh, stop it. Are they talking this? Florida fans are saying they could destroy Ohio State because they beat Texas today. Okay. Evan Pryor did look good today. Evan Pryor running the ball for Cincinnati looked good today. Mar says Lincoln Keenel's not the athlete they make him out to be. Unless we have Braxton Miller or Cardale 2.0 out there, we don't need to have a quarterback run package. So I think Lincoln is an excellent athlete, really well-rounded. I don't think he's a great runner of the football. Anybody who can do a 360 windmill dunk and is a Major League Baseball prospect is a great athlete, but that's a different athletic skill set than running the football. And there's a ton of intangibles that you can't really quantify when it comes to running a football. So I'm with you in that sense. I just want to see Julian Sayin run the ball a little bit to put the fear of that in the defense. Mr. Dave. Hey, Juck, do you expect Penn State to drop out of the top 25 now and be unranked for November 1st? Well, if we look at Penn State, they are now going to have 2 losses on their resume. One of them, a great loss, right, to the number 2 team in the country. And one of them, a terrible loss. But people will give a little bit of concession because it was out west. I guess that's it, just out west, but a terrible loss. So when we look at teams right now that are on the bottom end of the top 25, how are they looking? Right now, you've got at the bottom of the top 25, Illinois at 22 is 4-1, BYU is 4-0, Virginia is 4-1, Arizona State is 4-1. Notre Dame's 2-2 at number 21. Michigan's 3-1. Yeah, man, I don't see much justification looking at the bottom of the top 25 to still have them in. To be honest, because they still haven't beaten anybody, right? Yeah, they haven't beaten anybody. They had 3 cream puffs before they lost to Oregon, and now they lost to UCLA. So they're 0-2 in the Big Ten, and they're 3-0 in their cream puffs. So yeah, no, they're not going to be ranked. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you can't justify that. Of course, who knows with these AP voters, but I don't think they will be. Now, will they be unranked for November 1st? Their schedule plays out. I wanted that to be a number 1, number 2 matchup just to have, or top 3 matchup, just to have 2 of those in 1 year at the shoe. Would have been really, really cool. They've got an opportunity to get wins against Northwestern and Iowa before November 1st. Should they win both of those games, they will be 2-2 in the Big Ten with wins over Nevada, FIU, and Villanova. So 2-2 in the P4 with wins over Northwestern and Iowa and losses to Oregon and UCLA. I mean, that's not top 25 material. That's not a top 25 resume to me. So highly, highly doubtful, I would say at this point, unless they absolutely look like a totally different team and steamroll at Iowa, which can be a tough game, right? But it doesn't really matter anymore, right? Unless Ohio State loses 3 games in a season, these resume conversations don't matter. Is this Ohio State team going to lose 3 games? I don't think so. I think it loses 1 game tops. And it might be that Penn State game. You know, they might, if things click, we know that they can play. And they always give us a good run usually. What's up, buddy? Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, Linda, how are you? Chris says Edric has a couple of tackles in a TFL. I don't know where you saw that, bro. According to the updated stats, Edric has 1 tackle, 0 solo. So he's got a half a tackle, no sacks, no TFL. No. Yeah, that's not accurate. Julian, 82% over his so he's over his average right now. Underwood throws every ball off his heel, doesn't read the field, and gets instant happy feet. Yeah. He's not great yet. I think he'll get a lot better. I'd have a super awesome quarterback coach working with him. And I'd have him throwing the ball a lot right now. Noel's discussing his contract before the national championship and then saying is the reason why he discussed it before the national championship. I didn't want to distract from the team after the national championship. That's what he said. I didn't want to distract them after, so I chose to talk about it before. That's when I was done with the guy right there. Like, you're a stone cold piece of shit. I'm sorry. That's just like, that's the opposite of everything I believe in. And I was done with him at that point. We certainly can't hear. It's definitely not Ryan Wingo, though he did he have a touchdown today, or did they call that one back? I can't even remember. I had some arguments with some Texas folk before the Ohio State Texas game. Ryan Wingo, best wide receiver in the country, who did very, very little his freshman year and has done very, very little, even less this year. Of course, he had a better quarterback last year. 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes as we start the third quarter with Bo Jackson. And he has got nowhere to go, but still manages to make 4 yards out of it. The guy's an animal. Physical, spinning. He doesn't give in. Where's my Bo Jackson jersey, man? I ordered that a long time ago. Oh, what, they call that forward progress stop? That's nonsense. Julian drops back, rolls left. That is a gorgeous completion laid all the way out as Carnell Tate. And gosh, does he have a highlight reel of those this year or what? Stretched out all the way again. This dude's got one of those every week now. Boy, has he made himself some serious money this year. Yeah, that's good on Sundays indeed. Honestly, he's got the best setup of any wide receiver in college football, really. Little flare out to Max Clare, makes a man miss. It'll be 2nd and 1, 9-yard gain for Clare. Is that his second reception tonight or third? That's good for him to get him involved. He only had, I think, 5 on the season coming into today. And he's now got 3 for 26. So that's great. Ennis with 1. So that's 4 between the two of them. Really need to establish that third guy. Also of note, Bucks playing faster today, and we've seen less tight ends. False start. Will Kazmarek. There we go. Another completion to Clare for a first down. 4 receptions for old Maxie. Clare with 3, Clare with 4. Julian's saying looks like a little kid, man. I love it. Looks like he's out in the huddle in there. Always with the California guy and the cool, like, dude. Here we go. Oh, Bo with tackled for a 3-yard loss. That one looked like it had something to it. Did you guys see that clip of Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles talking about how intense day has been with them this year? It's good to hear. Caleb was like, the freshmen are like, Uh-oh. Busted play. Julian will run it. No gain. He turned the wrong way or Bo went the wrong way. Peoples went the wrong way. Oh, Coach Locke is ripping Peoples up. Third and 12 now for the Bucks. Snap to Julian. He steps up in the pocket. We got a flag. That's going to probably come back here as Julian runs for. Get your butt out of bounds, pal. He just took a big old lick. Damn it, man. Now he's going to get yelled at for taking that hit, and he should. It's taking hits like that that is going to make Ryan Day tense up about him running. Yeah, that drive did implode. There goes his playing time. Day's the new Saban. Here we go. If he wins a national championship this year, we can start really talking some nonsense. It's going to be fun. I will fully engage in all that nonsense talk if he goes back to back. Saying a little flare out to JJ, and it's not going to go anywhere. Buckeyes will punt, give it right back, and they will not win the middle 8. Ryan Day will be furious about this. I mean, it's only 21-3 here. Yeah, certainly an ugly drive, Roger. No, I mean, they're just guys, man. You know, Kyle. Phil Daniels manhandled somebody. Okay. I mean, that makes more sense. Not that Tegger doesn't ever manhandle somebody. He does. Really, he's good for once a game for really beasting somebody. Yeah, there's probably 2 drives in there we should have. Oh, no. Emily with the inside info from the stadium. Kenyatta is in street clothes, kind of limping. Well, that's interesting. They said it was a stinger if he's limping. That doesn't add up. So we should expect to see a lot more Zion Grady in the second half. That's nothing but a good thing, so long as Kenyatta's not seriously hurt, which I'm sure he's not, or he wouldn't be on the sideline. So get some more Zion Grady, some more Bo Atkinson. Maybe we could even see some more Epi Satanile, which I would love. 14-3 still in Tallahassee. Florida State can't manage anything on offense against this Miami defense, which is really good. Just like Ohio State's. I've always loved the setting for a night game at Florida State. It's a really good look. I'd like to go to a game there sometime. Texas Tech up 28-11 on Houston. Lost in the sauce. Absolutely. when a team is this good, it's easy to be hypercritical. I mean, honestly, it's the story of our lives as Ohio State fans. There's nobody who has it better for the duration of, I don't know, my adult life. But the standard is perfection. You're trying to be perfect. So with that, there's always something to criticize. And that's honestly what makes it fun, to continue to strive for perfection. But always important to keep perspective. Grand scheme, things are really, really good. This is the number one team in the country, playing like the number one team in the country in most instances. And this game probably will end up with a 30-some point win, which is more than the line. The line's 24, or 23.5. I think they cover. So we're going to come out of this weekend looking really, really good. And it's kind of shaping up here like Miami, Oregon, Ohio State might pull away a little bit as the top three teams here this year. Yeah, Gary Downs was a dog, man. Gary Downs got 2 NFL kids. He's a dog. By the way, Gary Downs, I saw at the Rose Bowl. He's big, a lot bigger than Caleb and Caleb's brother. Main man. Love Jermaine Matthews. Second and 11 for the Gophers inside the 10-yard line. 8:39 left in the third quarter. They'll run the ball, and that's not going to help them out for their cause. They'll get a yard there on the run, and we got another third down already. Let's get the ball back to this offense. We've got Caden Curry, Will Smith Jr., Bo Atkinson in the game right now on the defensive line. Still no sighting of Logan George. Where is Logan George? Can this guy get a snap? Third down from the gun. Quick out. Great pass. Incomplete. That was really on the money there. Main man got him. Or was that IGB? IGB got him. Oh, yeah, he was holding the crap out of him, too. He got away with that one. Oh, we would be furious. Yeah, they're right. That was holding. We got away with one there. We'll take it. I think, look, I hate to ever say that about a Buckeye. Lorenzo Styles down the sideline. Wow. I was talking to Dave Greenshield, and here I totally missed this. Brandon Innes catches a punt, throws it across the field to Low Styles, who takes it for a 35-yard return. How about that? Now, this is interesting. And who got that block right there? That's really the credit goes on this play. Number one to BI for that pass. And BI played quarterback quite a bit in high school. So that was a really good pass. And he took a hit doing it. But who is this that makes that block? Is that Caden Curry that makes that block? I love seeing them try something on special teams to get some fire and make it work. Riley Pettijohn with a nice block there. Garrett Stover. Garrett Stover made the block that made that thing happen. Good for him. Buckeyes down inside the 10 when I catch up. Bo Jackson for about 4. And just like that, we're in business here. Inside the 5, we got another opportunity. Yeah, good for Garrett. That's good for him to make a good special teams play. Emily saw Logan George on the bench. Don't they only sit on the bench if they played a series? I that's not something I've ever heard, Emily. I don't know. I didn't see him in the game, but he could have been. Bo down to the 1. If they pull Bo off the field right now and let Donaldson vulture his touchdown, I'm going to go upstairs. Oh, I think he scored. We can just trust that his knees weren't down because he's Bo. His knees are clearly not down. That's a touchdown. Yeah, it's clear that his knees are on top of the player. His elbow doesn't hit first. That's a touchdown. That's 6 for 25. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. The chat is in agreement. That is a touchdown. Yeah! Touchdown. Correct one at that. Indeed it was. There we go. Absolutely he is. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, Todd. Absolutely he deserved that. Jackson is so strong. Hard to get a good lick on him. That's the thing. He does not let you get a good lick on him. If there's a lick, he's delivering the lick. I didn't see his cleats. No, it was Nate Roberts with that block. I thought it was 23. It was 83. Here I was giving Garrett Stover props for that. That was Nate. Good job, Nate. Love Nate. Kenyatta's so sad, Emily. Go cheer him up. Absolutely. Furious with those. Blight V has an unpopular opinion, but now that we have established Bo as the starter, I think we need to limit his carries to keep him healthy and fresh. Peoples and CJ just aren't it. I'm with you. There's no need to play or start him and have him rush 17 times against a Minnesota, a team that you're going to win by 3 touchdowns. But in the modern era where it's kind of running back by committee, you need to make sure that you're not giving away too much, right? And right now, the difference between Bo and CJ and Peoples feels like a pretty significant gap. The question is, there's someone on the roster that can close that gap? I think there is. I think it's Isaiah West. I would hope that they would give him a shot at some point. because honestly, Peoples has done nothing but hurt his cause tonight. Like, it's not got any better. So hopefully Isaiah gets a shot here soon. And that's the thing, Dave. I'm telling you, we do. We do. Yeah, you need experience, but at the same time, you can run somebody into the ground. It's a 16-game season, and I don't think you're going to run a young guy into the ground by, 15 carries a week. But if you get to the point where it's like, you're over 20 a week, which I don't think they would do, but honestly, that would be the best for the offense if he got every carry. Look at that. Blackledge is giving Nate props for not blowing that guy up on the blind side. Did you see Jerry Radzinski's kid up there next to him? He looks just like Jerry Radzinski. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy that we haven't seen West at all. It is. We haven't seen him since the Grambling game. Yeah, we're going to see him today, I hope. I hope we are. I'm going to go nuts when we do, too. So I talked to him earlier this week because I was talking about the physicality in him in short yardage situations, because Isaiah West runs the ball like everybody would expect a guy like CJ Donaldson to run the ball. Like, he will put his head through your chest type of dude. But Donaldson weighs 227 to 230 right now. Isaiah was 210 earlier this week, he told me. And that's fine when you know how to run. That's plenty. And he does. He's a physical dog. And when you are, built like he is, and you work as hard as he does, and just the natural instincts of knowing and understanding leverage. I mean, look at the thighs on Isaiah West, guys. Do you see that? Do you see that right there? That is a kid that just turned 17. He's no longer that young kid anymore. The dude is a genetic freak. He's the guy sitting on a bench that I want to see play. That guy right there. He's a dog, man. His running style, he'll be a fan favorite. I'm positive of it. Wow, 21-3, Miami's up now. Ryan says, I'm dual watching with the Miami Florida State game. My player comp for Kari Wilder is Ruben Bain. Huge explosive guy on the edge. Yeah. Yeah. Radzinski was a dog on that 98 team. Yes. People's is an underclassman just like West. It's not like this guy's a freshman and this guy's a sophomore. Those are two underclassmen. That's a different story. Yeah, I'm not with this Malachi Tony being the most electric freshman in college football. May I stay here? You may. So long as you're nice to everyone. And that's what I'm with this one here. West Jackson backfield. Here we go. 1 yard gain on the rush for the Gophers. Peyton Pierce in there, Eddie in there, K-Mac. Here's Logan George. Logan George sighting. Let's see what you got, 48. Logan George drops back into coverage. Oh! Main man almost picked it off. Hold on. What? Hey, Juck, love what you do. Keep going. Big love from Guinea-Bissau, from Mani Ja, West Africa. We got a West African Juckeye. That's a first. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you, buddy. West African Juckeyes. How about that? This defense is so fun. Absolutely nothing. Three and out. Still haven't given up a red zone touchdown. Still at only 2 touchdowns given up on the season. Averaging giving up 5.5 points a game now. And 420 in the third. Getting the ball back, have only given up 3. Could they go under that average? Leading the entire country in points per game. Defensive points per game. Pretty good return by Ennis. We'll get it at the, well, I mean, look, it wasn't a great productive return, but he looked good. He's not hurt. Why not, Juck? What's missing from Tony? Oh, I don't know. What was I talking about, buddy? Am I way back here? I would love to see Brandon Ennis get a touchdown. No, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. I think I'm with you. I don't think Ennis is feeling right. He looked different when he got up there. All right, 1st and 10 for the Bucks. Julian swings it out. And Carnell will pick up about 4. Silver bullets are silver bulleting. Right? Minnesota needs a bigger decal on their helmet. I was thinking the same thing, Richie. I don't know how you fit that M on there. I'll be keeping a close eye on the growth of the Buckeye leaves on the helmet this year. See if they've rectified the issue. Bo looks explosive still. Yeah! That's Isaiah! Did you see that? I didn't even know it was Isaiah. And that was like, okay, that looks explosive. That was Isaiah. That's the man. You could see it right off the rip. Don't even look. Right there. It just flashes in front of your eyes. That guy's got juice. Back to Peoples. No juice. Beautiful pass. First down, JJ. Curry's helmet won't fit all the Buckeye stickers this season. I love it. Oh, Malachi Tony, the most electric freshman. No, I don't believe that. No, I'm DeCorian Moore is way more electric. I think De'Aaron Hill is just about as electric. Big time completion. Another one to Claire. Did Julian get hit? He's limping a little bit. Oh, he got drilled and he got up tough and laughing. I love it. Wow, he stood in there and took a big lick. That was fantastic. Minute 40 left in the third. Does anyone have the possession count? How many possessions have they had? It feels like more than Washington already. Bo on the outside. He gets it. He'll get 8. Yeah, he absolutely did. Number 92, so you're biased. You got an affinity for the number 92? What a dime under pressure. Absolutely. And Julian back again. Ooh. Goes for Claire again. No dice on this one. Yeah, Brian. Tate's probably not too far off at 200. That would be fun. Dago said Julian out there fun is not good for the rest of college football, and I'm with him. Yeah, we were a little late, but yeah, we tried hard. A little late to the party. 183 right now for Tate. Yeah, we got to get that 200 if he's at 183. But then again, the next offensive possession is time to see the younger guys, right? As I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I think I just totally missed that the Buckeyes just ran a tush push. Very, very successfully. That was beautiful. Let's go ahead and stick with that. Happy to see that make an appearance. Look at that. Oh, Bo is juicy, baby. 9. Trying to remember what was my score prediction on BuckeyeHuddle.com this week. Let's see. Staff picks. Let's see. Andrew was 40-9. Ross was 32-12. Tony was 38-3. Tony's looking good. Givler was 31-10. I was 42-7. Mine's blown up. Not going to get 7. Chip was 35-10. Kevin was 42-13. Tom was 31-3. Mike was 35-13. Question is, can the Bucks get to that 42? I'd be really happy with that. We're really happy with 42 points. Looking at the stats, what do we got here? kind of want to see drive by drive. So we got missed field goal, touchdown, 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 punt, punt, halftime. We had that can't be. No, that's not right. Let me do this again. Missed field goal, touchdown, 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 punt, punt. This one doesn't, it just says 3 plays, 19 yards. Doesn't have a conclusion. Well, it looks like we're on our 8th possession right now. I'd love to get 2 more. Well, this one and yeah, I guess 2 more. 2 more in the 4th. That'd be great. We have rushed for a total of 73 yards. Minnesota has given up 65. 65 a game was their average. So not too much different there, but Julian is 22 for 26. Another 300-yard game, 317. And I believe that's his 3rd 300-yard game out of the first 5. Pretty fantastic. 12.2 yards a pass, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Bo 13 for 63, just 4.8. This is not good enough from this offensive line, man. The way he's been running. CJ Donaldson, 3 carries, 3 yards, 1 yard a carry. James Peoples, 1 carry, 3 yards, 3 yards a carry. Isaiah West, 1 carry, 3 yards, 3 yards a carry. Lincoln Keenholz, 1 for -1. Here we go. From the 9-yard line, People's in the backfield with Julian saying, touchdown, JJ. Chuck another one up. 3rd touchdown pass for Julian saying. In JJ's line now. The strength of his hands, indeed. Jeremiah, 7 for 67, 2 touchdowns. Carnell Tate, 9 for 183 and a touchdown. Wow, guys. Minnesota has 86 yards passing and 24 yards rushing. Are you kidding me? Wow. 110 total yards in the 4th quarter. Drake Lindsey's averaging 3.7 yards a reception. Rushing, they're averaging 1.7 yards an attempt. This is just historically dominant, man. That is really something right there. IGB still leading the team in tackles. It's my cornerback. Four solos to boot. Leads the team by more than 2 there. So great stuff here as we head to the 4th quarter. Yeah, there we go, Richie. And 65 of those yards came on the first drive. He is. IGB is gold. Please enjoy these years, Buckeye fans. Caden Curry made me a Buckeye, and I'm here for it, cuz. Are you, is that, do you know Caden Curry? Is he your buddy? Another masterclass by our man. Thank you so much, JMort66, for the $5 super chat. Juck, you should keep a tally on Tom and Tony's bold predictions to keep them honest. Just saying, I should. I should keep a tally on those because they go through this big rigmarole where they argue with each other about if they're going to accept the other one's predictions. And then I see them roll into the next week. It's like, who won last week? And they're like, I don't know. Like, wait a minute. This is a competition. You got to keep score. Who won? Then again, they're very oddly specific predictions, and I don't know if I'd have fun looking up who the winner was. I'd love it if somebody would tell me, and then I'll keep them honest. Tell me who won. All right, so now going to be excited. Yes, Kari Wilder is at the game. Talked to Kari today. Kari had one hell of a game last night, man. I got to show you guys this play. So the team Kari was playing was pissed off. They thought Kari's team, Gardena Sarah, was faking injuries. So they ran this play. Let me pull it up here. Oh, shit. Do I have it saved? Let me see. I'll load it up here for you guys. I've never seen it in my life. It's pretty funny. Make sure I saved it, though. But Kari was an absolute animal last night. David Gabriel George was also awesome last night in a huge rivalry game. Baylor versus McCallie down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Gabriel George and Baylor won by 3. Fourth quarter just starting, and we got a flag right away, but it looks like all the starters are still in. I thought maybe this would be the series we'd start seeing some backups rolling in. Dante Moore now the odds-on favorite for the Heisman, and that just doesn't feel right. Wait a minute. You're going to call that on Caleb? That guy came in and threw a man, come on. '50's a punk. He deserved a cleat to his rib. Ooh. Slick run by number 7 for Minnesota. Well, hell, I can't find this play. Anyway, the team comes up to the line. Hut, and they don't snap the ball, and they all just fall down. And as if like, oh, we're all hurt. I've never seen it before. And after finding out the context, they thought that Wilder's team was faking injuries to slow them down. Pretty funny. I don't know if they were or they weren't. I do know Kari Wilder had one dominant game, man. He was everywhere. He ate those dudes. We talk about Motor, man. He's a backside pursuit demon. 20 yards down the field. He's flying down there as a defensive lineman. and he's all over the line. He's in the middle. He's on the end. Wide 9, nose. Doesn't matter. He plays everywhere, and he just destroys them. First down for the Gophers as they got a little something rolling here in the running game. Definitely their best looking possession since the first one. Alex M., thanks so much for the super chat, buddy. OSU scrimmages, Minnesota. Rob, that's really generous of you, buddy. Thank you so much for the $35 super chat. This team is shaping up to be something special, man. I'm kind of with you. Things feel this team feels like it has everything, and they're having fun. They got a driven coach and a great coaching staff. It feels good. Last year at this time, we were, I think, about to head to Oregon. So we really had no clue at this point what we were in for. It was all excitement. What was going to happen here heading to the Oregon game. And another first down as all of a sudden these guys have found the running game. And these backs, they got some juice to them. All right. They're still outside the red zone now. I hope they go for it on fourth and get stopped. I don't want them to go over that 5.5 average. Ziggy Grady is in there. Looking good. Drake rolls out, hand in his face, and he lobs it up. Incomplete. Great coverage by Downs. And we got a 3rd and 11 all of a sudden. Ten minutes left in the game. Heat's coming. Little dump off to the back. Caden Curry drops him immediately. You must have been crazy thinking that was going to work in the middle of that defense. Must have been. Yeah, he's the nose tackle. Caden Curry. It's crazy. So I just heard this. I didn't even know this. Family of 6 boys in Caden Curry's family. Oh, and he missed it. Missed the field goal way wide right. His teammates tell him, that's okay. I don't think we're going to win anyway, buddy. Love it. Love the content. Keep it up. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate you so much, man. Yeah. Have you ever tried to kick a football? I did. I used to goof around and try it, man. It is so hard. The Curry family's in my chat. Yeah, I've talked to some of the Curry family's been in my comments section. That's your little cousin? Best guy I ever knew. Okay. Yeah, the Curry family stays involved in the chats. Not a single gimmick any team has tried this year has worked. No, you're right. Yeah, ended with 0 points. We gave up some yards. He's 6 of 6. He's the youngest of 6. Okay. That explains a lot when you think about it, doesn't it? His grandparents raised 6, adopted 8 more kids, biblical parents. Okay. Wow. That's a pretty tremendous story. Congratulations. You got engaged on a Buckeye Saturday. Good for you. And a big win. What a day. Noel, the god of Buckeyes, congratulations on his engagement. Appreciate you sharing it here with the Juckeye crew on a Saturday night. Saturday Night Buckeye Live. No touchdowns given up since Manning's fourth quarter touchdown to Livingstone at 3:28. That's it. Nothing from Grambling, Ohio, West Virginia, Minnesota. No touchdowns. Well, OU had a touchdown. Remember the touchdown that Lorenzo was putzing about with? Ryan said, why is the starting defense still out there up 32 points in the fourth quarter? Hard to get backups experience when we don't rotate them in. Yeah, it kind of was confusing to me as well. But we'll certainly see him next time. Lincoln's back in. Here we go. Lincoln is in. Here it comes. We got a big run from Peoples. Jimmy to Peoples, bust one off here. I'm behind you guys here. Here goes Jimmy. Yes, Jimmy. That's a good one. Now, can we see Isaiah get a little action? First broken tackle by Peoples of the season. Breaking out of his shell. Was he talking about Julian? Keen holds back and he whips it out to QP Quincy Porter across the 50. And man, that is a unit of a man right there. Saying listening in on the play call in his helmet. Eight minutes left. This is valuable time here. Jelani Thurman at tight end. We have got Justin Terry at right tackle. That's the transfer from West Virginia. Ian Moore at left tackle. There's a nice big run from James. I'm going to tick this back here. Offensive line looking real nice there. I mean, honestly, the fact that that guy got I'm not even going to start here. Buckeyes inside the 20 again. Ethan Anyanwa is in at right guard. We got Gabe Van Sickle in. Padilla in at center. Just saw Hicks on the sideline. Didn't look like he broke a sweat today. 5 snaps last week. I don't know if he played at all today. I didn't see him at all. Whole lot of people told me I was going to owe them an apology and him for my takes on that not being an impactful thing to this defense, moving him down to the edge. I'm not so sure I wasn't right, guys. I'm not so sure. I'm pretty sure I was. Hey, Shepherd Ducks, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, these guys are looking real good. I mean, of note, this is Minnesota's backups too. That the offensive line is looking this good against. But they are looking really good. Look at that push. That looks great. Five minutes left. First and goal from inside the 5, 35-3. Offensive line did not look great there. People's got met in the backfield by 3 gentlemen. All right, let's see Lincoln on a read option. Let's get this guy pulling out here and keep one. Yeah, Porter is. He's a big old dude. Cheat holes. That was a tough looking run. That was a tougher run than we've seen from a lot of the backs this year. The ball's short of the goal line. Oh, no. How? Up there we go. No, it was. Yeah, his whole shin was down there at the 1. All right, who's getting the touchdown? Mylan Graham in the game. And Keenholz will get it. It'll be 42-3 Bucks. Was that yours? 42-3? Very nice. I was 42-7. I think I got the offense, or I think I got the Buckeyes score right. Texas Tech 35-11. So they did their man. Oh, dude, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Okay. He showed me. Yeah, it's time. It's time for Riley P right now. (28-3) Miami on Florida State with 10 minutes left in the game. Yeah, we'll see what the nerds have to say. I'm going to be curious to see that that passing chart from Julian tonight. KJ would actually take Riley P over Peyton P. Yeah, dude. I mean, he isn't there yet, but he's going to be a better player. He's a better athlete. He's probably a little stronger already. But Peyton's awesome, right? But Riley's a little special. Like, Riley's a little bit special. Where Peyton's really, really good. I don't know if he's that kind of special, but he makes up for it a lot in the intangible special way. Just the natural kind of feel for things, kind of like James. But Riley's just that next kind of level athlete. Good news is, don't need to pick. Those two will be running the show next year together. I just can't believe Riley's up in the mid 230s already, and he's still that fast. He's not that tall either. That's what the nerds said. Against Minnie, not really. We also never said he was bad at it. We said we were taking a wait and see, which is true, but then they also trashed all 9 of his long balls and mischaracterized them as weak arm strength, saying and it had way too much air on it, as if to say he had to load up so hard and throw it so far to get it down there, or with so much arc on it to get it down there, that he had a weak arm, is what they were implying, but that's not true. That's how Day coaches them to throw them. Yeah, that's what they were saying. Whoo-wee. Indiana versus Oregon. That's going to be a banger, right? I'm still going to go with Oregon at this point. I don't think Indiana's got enough to bang with them in the trenches. But they're getting there, man. They're getting slowly better on the inside. They're better this year than I thought they would be. Sands official line today, 23 for 27 for 326 and 3 touchdowns. That'll do it. But that Indiana Oregon game, hopefully it's really fun. It could be a hell of a lot of fun. Oh no, don't. Signetti's growing on Richie. Oh man, that's horrible. I'll tell you what, Dan Lanning, I used to dig. I can't stand him anymore. The cut the jugular thing on the sideline at Penn State, dude, grow up. The nerds will never give Sayan the credit he deserves. Throwing for over 303 touchdowns on any Power 5 team is a feat. And notice the first thing they said was on mini, as if to say, oh, more incompletions than touchdowns. Unacceptable. All right, let's go with the commercials here, man. I got to get something to eat before I get crabby here. You can't eat on the air. I'm glad you guys all had snacks tonight, but I've been on for 3 hours. I need a snack. I didn't have dinner yet. Yeah, Dan Lanning, I used to really dig the energy. I used to dig it all, but now it's just like, oh, look at Fleck with hair as a GA. 85% today for Julian. Love that. The percentage goes up as he is pushing 80% on the season. No, that is great, Lisa. It is great that they sold out and that they're selling out. I love that they're putting money in football. And it's amazing that I don't know, took a century for them to do that, but here they are. So it's good. All right. Who is in on defense? We got TJ Alford, number 17 down there at linebacker on the end, playing the Arvell Reese role. And oh, he almost got the tackle there. .248 left in the game. Yeah, TJ made a great read there. He looked really good. Logan George, Jarquez Carter, Will Smith Jr., and Zion Grady on the line. Bryce West at corner. Fahim Delane at safety. Peyton Pierce at linebacker. Dylan said Miami's beating all the fraud teams in Florida and people think they're elite. Mitchell Melton had a good game. Oh, that is great to see. Mitchell Melton's at Virginia, so he had a great game against Florida State. Can we talk about Hartline and his transformation from skinny coach to Max Crosby with guns and sleeves? Sometimes I think my screen is frozen or paused, and then I see you blink, Chuck. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm surprised there's not a whole lot of awkwardness with the camera on me for 3 hours and 10 minutes watching a football game. It's not exactly, I mean, it is somewhat nerve-wracking, to be honest. Like, I'm just sitting here and chilling watching a football game, and there's a camera on me and 1,000 people watching me. It's different. It's a different experience, that's for sure. And the camera's over there, and I'm looking over here. It's just, the whole thing is a little unsettling at times, right? Like, sometimes I got to blow my nose, and I can't, things. But it's almost over. Of course, we've got to fit in, like there were 6 commercials behind apparently. I feel like this last 5 minutes has lasted the last 30 minutes. But this is funny. Heartline decided to really get beefed up and get some tattoos. The reporters asked him about the tattoos not long ago. He got real defensive about it. He was like, I'm not going to talk about my tattoos. All right. Most people, you ask them about their tattoos, especially when they go from no tattoos to like a whole sleeve and they're all excited to tell you about it. He did not get excited to talk about it. He got really irritated that he was asked about it. Emily thinks Heartline is kind of hot. I can see that. Linda Kay thinks Emily is a smoke show. Wink, wink. Is Jalen Brewster committed in Texas Tech over us old news, or is that breaking news? That is, I mean, we covered it at 8:30 when it happened, so it's 2 hours. So I mean, it's not that old. No one represents the fan base better than Juck. Glad everyone's noticing. Thanks, Richie. Appreciate that. I'm just one of us, man. Just one of us. I wish there were still 9 losses in Day's career. I wish there were still single digits. That would be so cool. Just that one loss. But, you know, who knows? Maybe without that one loss, he doesn't have that national championship win. Never can tell. 56 seconds. We should have one more play here. And the Buckeyes will put a bow on a 42-3 win. And as we look down the scores of the 5 wins here, man, it is looking real, real good. It's fun to look at. Of course, we'll go over all that in the post-game show, which I will probably be recording tomorrow morning. And then I think Friday or Sunday, I'm going to Florida. So we're taking the show on the road next week. The big stories. Penn State. Oh. Well, we got some new fans today. At least one Penn State fan came in the chat and said he was swinging over. He can't take it anymore. I'm with you, Lisa. I like that stare. And Linda and Emily continue flirting in the chat. There we go. Gotta like that. Okay. Okay. There you go, girls. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate you, buddy. The wife is dragging me back to Kissimmee, the babyface killer. I love it. You got it, Brent. Appreciate you stopping in. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. Sam looks like Adam Scott. Yeah, he does. Yeah, you know, if the Buckeyes were not having a good game, like I don't know that this would work out well for us here in the, you know what I mean? So might not be best if we do this for tough games. Put it that way. But I appreciate y'all for joining me. As always, it's fun. Buckeyes wrap it up here with a kneel down in a 42-3 win over the Minnesota Golden Gophers. They will fall to 3-2. Ohio State, the number 1 team in the country, moves to 5-0 as Miami keeps the pace, beating Florida State and Texas, and Penn State will fall out of the top 10. We'll see what that new AP top 25 looks like tomorrow afternoon when we pop on for the post-game show, which I will talk to you guys then. So Appreciate y'all. Have a fantastic Saturday evening for the rest of the time, and I will talk to you soon. Juckeye Bucks out.